Well, hello, my beautiful people. My name is Gat, and welcome back to, you know what it is already. You know what we're playing. We're playing Sugar Style. Last time, if I remember correctly, our little Ichika was being a tsundere. She was being like all mean because we ignored her because we didn't notice her. Then we were like, all right, Ichika, let's go on a date. And she's like, no, I'm reading manga. And we're like, all right, let's go play video games. Then she gets mad. But we do end up on the date, and it was just so lovely. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it was gonna end, but we're getting close to the end. Like I said last time, at the end of last episode, we're on Ichika route number 8, while, you know, when Kaname ended, it was route 8 también, and you know what happened, it ended. So this might be the end. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, without further ado, let us continue.
Do you know what they call the crust end of a loaf of bread in America? They don't just call it the ears like us?
The fuck? You call it ears and the crust? You know what I'm talking about? And bread, right? So it's like the bread. It's like this side and this side. It's that one brown part where it doesn't look like the bread, right? They call it ears though?
The heel. Correct, Kaname. What? They call it a heel? Why would he call it a heel? I already knew that, actually.
Today, we're all walking to school together. It's almost the rainy season, so it's rather humid out.
Is something wrong? Notice you're staring at the sky?
Oh, it's something important.
Are you okay? Do you want to talk about anything?
Nah, sorry. I was just remembering your perfect tits.
Pervert. Perf.
That's the look. I live for that look. You're in top form today, Ichika. Always perfect.
Excuse me? Was I not incredible yesterday then?
Do not say anything. Alright, okay, I'll tell you what you gotta say to get out of the situation. I'll tell you. It's basically this. No, yesterday you looked really good like usual, but today, just wow. Just, oh, wow, girl, look at you. You know what I mean? You gotta say something like that. You gotta say something like that. Or maybe it's like, no, you looked incredible yesterday, but it seems like you did something different. Is it your hair? Say it like that, and it might help you. Unless your girl is looking for a fight. If she is, she'll say, whatever you say after that, it's fighting. It's her fighting words. Let's see how this guy does it. Hold up.
You two sure do this a lot lately.
Oh, they're helping. If they're not helping, if you don't have friends anywhere to help you, then do what I said, and you might have a fighting chance. Might.
They've blown right through the honeymoon period. Start the countdown till they get bored of each other. You two had better get that marriage license before the flames go out entirely.
Marriage license?
I knew he didn't really want to marry me.
Yes, I do. You know I really do, right?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
This is too much. That is too much awesomeness. Too much awesome sauce. So dumb. I love it. You know we haven't seen? We haven't seen like Akira or Pushiroshi. Whatever his name is. Pussy. We haven't seen him in a while.
Where do we leave the leftover baking powder again? Miss Afumi, I finished cleaning the ovens.
The practical session is over, and now everyone's cleaning up together. Ever since I've started taking these classes with Ichika, strangely, I find I've gotten better at cleaning. These Nettle dishwashing cloths are incredible. They can even disinfect. With this newfound power, I can scrub right through the water scale and stubborn grease stains in a matter of minutes.
Okay, everyone. Once we're not done, can you stay a minute? I have something I need to talk about.
Everyone turns their attention to Miss Ifumi all at once. Is she going to talk about that thing Ichika mentioned yesterday?
I'm really sorry for bringing this up so suddenly. Due to some family circumstances, I'll be departing this school at the end of the week. They have already found a replacement for me, so you won't need to worry about any interruptions to your practical sessions. Huh? Wait, ma'am. Why are you quitting out of blue? Weren't you even listening? She said it was a family thing.
The whole class is shaken. I don't blame them though. An instructor that they actually came to like will be leaving school soon. Think about it. Imagine your favorite teacher right now and they say, oh yeah, I'm leaving by the way. You'll be like, no! You know what I mean? You'll be crying. I never had a teacher that I liked, to be honest. Why? Because I hated school. And all the teachers hated me because of that, so... Then they hate me, then I hate them. Never had a teacher I liked, so I didn't really care, you know? Even if she has a replacement coming, none of us knows what they'll be like.
I'm sorry, everyone settle down. Yes, it's a personal matter, but I want you all to know it's nothing especially worrying, like, say, someone's getting hurt. Actually, the thing is, it's a dream of my husband and I to have, and I have been chasing for a long time. In 3 months, we'll be opening a bakery in France, in a city called Rouen. What? You're going to France? Wow, a real big French bakery. We always wanted to do it in Paris, but, well, that's a little difficult.
Is it that tough to make it as a baker in Paris?
Yep, like, really tough. Because there's baguettes everywhere. You go down every little shop and there's a bakery there, a bakery this, a coffee shop, and all that jazz, because it's Paris.
Sorry, I know it's bad, but I don't know dick about Paris. I don't know anything about Paris. But I really do want to go. I just want to do a European trip when I get older. Anyway. I see. Well, that's why it's called the Paris, France, I guess. Though, on the internet at least, things like Chinese-run sushi restaurants and the weird ramen stands are all too common stories.
At first, we've only planned for him to go. But that present problem will pre-open labor, money, and the like. Even getting help from workers there will be less effective than having me go, it looks like.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, come, Mr. Fumi. Thank you. I'm happy to hear you say that. You're going to be awesome, Mr. Fumi. Yeah, I'll be cheering for you.
One by one, our classmates begin applauding. Good job, everyone. At times like this, the best thing is for everyone to send her off with a smile.
We'll be departing for France in 2 weeks. I'll still be around school until then, so keep on coming to the staff room if you need anything, okay? Now, that's the end of today's practical lessons. Good work, boys and girls.
She calls an end to class just moments before the bell rings. Miss Ifumi must have been somewhat nervous because she looks relieved now.
Miss Ifumi, what's wrong? Don't be so glum. It's not like we're saying goodbye forever. And you have your boyfriend here to cheer you up, too, so cheer up. Yes, ma'am. You take care of Ichika, okay?
Of course. But you still have 2 weeks, right? It's still too early to say goodbye.
You're right, silly me. Sorry.
She looks like she's gonna cry. Well, yeah, no shit. That's like her mother figure, you know what I mean? You'd be sad if your father figure or your actual father left, right?
Yeah, why do you say father, not mother?
Because I don't live with my mom and I'm currently in on an argument with my mom. So yeah, I'm not saying my mom said my dad better, because at least I love my mom, but we're in an argument. Not gonna tell you the reason, all right? Nothing much changed before lessons end for the day. The afternoon lecture was focused on the yeast. I planned to pay close attention and study hard the whole time, but I spent the entire lesson distracted by Ichika besides me, who never lost the glum look on her face. Aw, she's sad. Of course she's sad. What? I'm like, aw, she's sad. Pobrecita. You're sad. Don't be so sad.
Yes!
Hey, it's me. Got a minute?
Sure, what's up?
Check it. Strawberry daifuku. I bought some at the store. Want to eat them together?
Well, you're trying to make me fat, huh?
Okay, I guess if you don't want any, I'll eat it myself.
Fine, I'll eat some. Want me to make us tea?
Nice try. But I already got some tea.
You're weirdly eager. Is something going on?
Well, you know. I go ahead and enter Ichika's room, tray in hand. Here's your daifuku. What is daifuku? What? Hold on. What is daifuku? Daifuku. Huh? We need to know. Oh, isn't that just mochi? That's just mochi, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh no, but it has fruit inside. That's what it is. Mochi is mostly like ice cream, right? It's basically mochi with like fruits and shit. That's clever. That's amazing. Not gonna lie. When I go to Tokyo, I'm gonna find daifuku. Fukuyu. Alright, anyway. Here's your daifuku. For my extra girly Ichika, 2 extra special daifuku.
Only one? I don't want to get fat. If there's only one, give it to one of the other girls.
Sounds like 2 for me. Chomp, chomp.
Thank you. You're ready to cheer me up, right?
No?
Don't try to hide it, because I already know.
You see right through me, huh? Yeah, no shit, dumbass. When I finished eating my second strawberry daifuku, I can't slide of a notebook. Okay, first of all, when I do daifuku, right? Don't be like, why is he reading it twice? Or like, why is he reading it weird? You know, I just like that word. Daifuku. Fukuyu. I don't know what it is. When it's a new word, like in any language, Spanish, English, well, you know what I mean? Like added, like, I don't know, like tickles my fancy. There's gotta be a different word than that. You know, like if it catches my interest, I'm like, oh, I'll read it over and over again. Like daifuku. Did I finish it? I can't slide of a notebook. Misufumi's farewell party. Oh, planning a little send-off gathering, eh? I get it. It's sad to just say bye once and leave it at that.
Yeah, it is. There's a school and faculty sending off plan, but I think it would be nice for the students to plan something too. And well, I just want to do something for her.
It's only recent that Ichika and I enrolled in the school. Sure, they knew each other before for a while before we enrolled, but why is Ichika so worked up over Mitsufumi? I mean, I think she's a good teacher too, but is that notebook your plan so far? Mind if I read a little?
Sure, I don't mind. Though it's a less of a plan, more of a collection of recipes. I mean, since we're bakers and all, well, I want us to bring something really special for her.
I see. So we bake and then we borrow the school cafeteria for a little party, right?
Yeah. When we go to school tomorrow, I see what everyone thinks. And I'll keep thinking a little longer about what to bake.
After that, Ichika finally started digging into her strawberry taifuku. I also offered her some of the green tea I brewed in the kitchen.
This one's both tasty and big. Convenience store sweets really don't mess around these days.
Hey, Ichika, mind if I ask a little question?
What is it?
Fuck my throat. Was Mr. Fumi the whole reason you started baking? I mean, you said you went to her bakery often, right?
Oh, I really never told you, huh?
No, I mean, I never really asked. I didn't want to pry too much into her past, but maybe I should know more about my own girlfriend. Maybe it's time you told me a little more about your hopelessly boring, dark, nerdy past. I won't make fun of you, I swear. I just want to get to know my girlfriend better.
Sure.
Ichika looks me in the eyes for a second, fidgeting, then squares her shoulders.
When I was...
This music is so distracting. Hold on, let me just... I'm turning it down for myself. Because that is way too distracting and not needed for this bit. I'm not gonna lie.
When I was a child, I always had my head in books, studying. My parents were strict too, so I went to cram school after regular classes.
Go on.
My dad was especially annoying. Weekdays or weekends, it was just study.
That's awful.
Thanks to that, I never had time to find my own hobbies or pursue things I wanted to do. I was just wasting my youth.
Maybe I really shouldn't have asked about this.
But as bad as things were, there was one place I could take it easy. The
Sumeragai. Ragi?
The Sumeragi bakery, where I stopped on my way to and from cram school.
Oh, so that must have been Miss Fumi's place. Did she wear a sailor suit or a blazer? My heart leaped when I imagined what Ichika would have looked at the time.
Miss Fumi used to work as a researcher at the university. She specialized in yeast and fermentation, but in the end, she wound up working at a shop.
Oh.
And, well, since I left her bakery so much, eventually we grew close.
Ichika mentioned that Mr. Fumi would listen to her worries about the future. She must have been like her surrogate mother. I hate this fucking the song right now, like you know what I mean? What the fuck?
She let me work there part-time during summers. And on days that I had cram school, I would stop there every single day. Before I knew it, I was totally crazy about bread.
Wow, you even worked there?
Pretty soon, becoming a baker was my dream. That bakery decided my future for me.
Wow, that's really cool. It's not just that Ichika loves bread, I think. When she hanged out with Mr. Fumi, somewhere along the way, she must have unconsciously decided that this was the person she wanted to be. She wanted to have that warmth, caring personality, to have the same confidence when pulling the perfect loaf of bread out of the oven. Mr. Fumi must have been the ideal woman to Ichika. I'm sure that must have been what it's like the moment you find out what you really want to do. You know, you got one hell of a stubborn side. That must have turned into a major battle with your parents, right?
Yeah, it did. Actually kind of embarrassing to remember. Mom said it was my first rebellious phase. I didn't even talk to my dad for a month.
Getting a cold shoulder assault from his own daughter must have had deeply wounded Ichi dad. But I know just how mad she can get from a single misstep, so it's no surprise to me her parents eventually gave in. I see. So that's why you canceled your college plans and came here instead, right?
Yep. Mr. Fumi helped me convince my parents too. That's also meant convincing them it'll be okay in the dorm. Home is a long ways away.
Wow, really?
Mr. Fumi is really special to me.
Huh. I think it's I can kind of see where you're coming from, yeah. Really sucks that her bakery closed, if it meant that much to you.
The bakery closed last fall, actually. Now that I think back, they must have been already planning to move to France back then. It had been there ever since I was in elementary school, so it was probably the talk of the town when it closed.
Whoa. Meaning half Miss Ufumi changed your life, huh?
Yes, it really did. It led me to come to the school and meet a certain wonderful boy.
Guess that means I should be grateful for Sumeragi Bakery too, huh?
Correct. You should be very grateful.
Long live Sumeragi Bakery. I love you, Sumeragi Bakery. I never would have met Ichika if not for you, so I owe you all the gratitude in the world.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Lately, I've been thinking, even if the two of us didn't come to know each other at this school, I know we would have met in some other unexpected place, you know? Sorry. Maybe I was a little too starry-eyed.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I put Ichika closer to me. That's a wonderful thing to think.
Yeah.
We simultaneously come together for a kiss. Wow, have we really not kissed all day? Let's make that farewell party. Let's make that farewell. It's 5 in the morning. Why am I up so early? To make this video so I won't forget to make one at 3. Then after I gotta make another one. It's not a chore now. It's just, I love making these videos. It's just getting to that point. Like, I do vocal warm-ups and I'm on YouTube watching vocal warm-ups, but then I get distracted with video. Then after I want to sing after, so I could, loosen my throat a little bit. But I sang too much. I closed it up. Let's make that farewell party one to remember.
Yeah, I'll work harder than I ever have.
We spend the rest of the night discussing plans for the party. Because the preparations just involve baking, it would be a simple thing, if not for Ichika being particular as she is. But she's so enthusiastic, and as her boyfriend, I want to support her.
Hey, are you listening?
Sorry, I was staring at your boobs.
Again?
I mean it, really. Water break. Hopefully that water lasts me. What? That's a lot of people who are coming.
Yeah, we tried to drum it up interest, but I mean, it hasn't been that long since we started at the school.
I'm shocked. Even including Ichika and me, the farewell party roster is only 4 people. According to the girls, they thought they could get 2 more people in on it, but that didn't plan out. Like, how can you not get as many people? You're in a classroom. Think about it. Average high school classroom was like 30 or 40 in a class, right? Well, let's just cut that in half. Like, let's say 15 to 20 people are in the class, right? That would... and you only got 4? That's like what? 1/5 of the class at that point. It's a really small number.
Well, it's what it is. At least we got these few.
Really, if you say so. Seeing our fearless leader sad, lonely smile bothers me.
I've been in Miss Hifumi's bank forever. I even read her blog before coming here. Me too. That day we met, I even got her book autographed.
No way, she wrote a book?
Yeah, several. A few about years, and even a cookbook from her time at the bakery. She also wrote some columns in her hometown newspaper. Though, they focus on stuff like cleaning and storage, not baking.
What is she, Martha Stewart?
I guess you could say she has a side like that.
But now, I'm starting to get a better picture. Ichika and the girls here either owed Mr. Fumi a debt of gratitude or are longtime fans. The people we've gathered all have clear reasons for being attached to her. Even if they weren't, if I found out my class is having a party and there's food, fuck it, I'm eating. But unfortunately, the other students are different. To them, she's just another instructor. In short, nobody else is close enough to Mr. Fumi to feel they ought to attend. Alright, then I'll say we'll make the most of what we have. We can still throw a great farewell party. In fact, depending on your frame of mind, less people could make more fun. Make for more fun.
Yeah, I get that. Mixers are better with fewer people, all that. After all, I'd really rather you not compare her farewell party with a mixer, please.
Thus, we begin prepping for the day. To be frank, I'm not exactly useful for much. But strangely, I feel an intense desire to be closely involved with the members of this party. Hey, Ichika? What's got you thinking so hard?
This really is maddeningly difficult.
What?
Well, you see, there's this one word that's part of Mr. Fumi's important memory. That's part of a important memory of Mr. Fumi and I shared.
Fuck me, I can't read. I'm tired of shit. I haven't slept all day.
The way bread works, it can come out entirely different based on small variety in portions or quality.
Right. I learned that much in class.
To really drive that point home to me, Mr. Fumi first taught me a certain kind of bread. It's the soft and sticky bully.
Ichika shows me a pic on her phone. Wow, this loaf is pretty huge.
It's her masterpiece, but she still never taught me the complete recipe. To be a truly skilled artisan, one must learn to steal the technique of others. Until today, it's an unfinished thing,
But
I kind of feel like she wanted me to learn the rest on my own. So, as one of her few disciples, I feel like it's my responsibility to work away at it until I figure it out. Don't you think that would make her happy?
after that, Ichika starts investigating each and every ingredient on the internet. Just from the sound of it, soft and sticky bullion ought to be easy to find.
Maybe I should go and steal her notebook.
Stealing isn't the answer. Kinda crazy how Ichika's being so eager gets me excited along with her. Wait a sec. Isn't it kind of weird that you don't know the ingredients? She did teach you how to make it once, right?
Yep. She had put the ingredients in advance. If you were given all the ingredients out of nowhere, do you think you'll be able to distinguish and memorize them just like that?
But it's soft and sticky, right?
Yes. And it's not made with rice flour, by the way. I've already tried going for that fresh baked mouthfeel. I tried sweet potato too, but instead of soft and sticky, it was just a gooey mess.
Huh. Think I'm starting to see the problem.
Yeah.
She learned about yeast fermentation. What is yeast made out of? I don't know, I'm just stupid. I'm just thinking right now, isn't yeast made out of wheat? No, it's not. Yeast is a bacteria that like fluffens up like any flour. I'm stupid.
But I've learned so much while trying to do it, and I really want to win her acceptance.
This time, it just starts researching the effects of water on hardness. This whole thing kind of feels like they have a master-apprentice relationship, maybe. I never had anyone like that in my life, but hey, everyone's life experience is different. Strangely, I kind of admire them. Does she find it? Is that how the game ends?
I found the recipe!
Alright, got everything? As Ichika commanded, I bought both rice flour and soba flour. She doesn't think it's likely that these will work out, but she wants to try anyway. Personally, I'm very interested in what kind of bread soba flour would make.
Oh, are you out shopping?
Nah, I'm just picking up girls.
Naughty, naughty. I should go tell your poor girlfriend.
I'm sorry, my apologies. Ichika would seriously kill me to death. I randomly turn into the master herself. I randomly run into the master herself out in the city. Had Ichika told her anything about the party, I definitely shouldn't bring it up. Ichika just sent me for a quick grocery run. It seems like she's going to hold up in the school kitchen till nighttime.
Thank you. She must be preparing for the farewell party.
Wait, you know about it?
Yes, Ichika told me herself. I'm sorry for leaving. I feel a little selfish about it. As though I've wronged you as well.
No way! I've never fault you for that. Besides, I'm still in the creators field. I should apologize for setting up camp halfway in. Mr. Fume has always been kind to me. I guess she's just naturally very caring. At any rate, in my opinion, she's a good person. No wonder Ichika loves her so much. Ichika really is enthusiastic about it, you know. She's been ignoring me in the past few days, sure, but she seems very fulfilled.
It's hard to see that at first, but Ichika's the hot-blooded type. I'm sure your relationship has been passionate to match, right?
Oh, for sure. Passionate about her dreams, passionate about love. Those are two things I like most about my girl.
Even when I'm gone, I hope you take care of her.
Huh?
She might look like she got it all under control, but sometimes she pushes herself too much.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sorry. My husband is calling.
No probs, don't worry about me. I'll go ahead and dip now.
Okay, see you in class.
Phone in hand, Mr. Fumi walks over to a nearby intersection. Even as she hurries, her gant looks refined. Come to think of it, she writes a blog, right? I wonder if Ichika comes up in any of her old articles. Out of curiosity, I search her blog on my phone. Wow, she's insane! Despite being so busy, she still updates it every day. Looking at this blog makes me really hungry. Among the link of her page is the introduction to her book of food reviews. People who make all kinds of food, not just baker, seem to often be gourmets. Unsurprisingly, Ichika is one of them, especially as she already has love for cooking. France, huh? When will we ever get to meet her again, I wonder? I've only seen her during elective classes, but the way she just said Ichika in my hands now feels a little sad. We may only be four, but we're gonna make this farewell party a success. I find a new resolve deep within. Dun dun dun, halfway there. We're already like 30 minutes in and we're halfway there. It's been several days since Ichika planned the party. Despite the sparsest participations, preparations are moving forward just fine. We secured the a bouquet that Ichika will give Mr. Fumi on the day of, and we chosen not to decorate the place too much. Is there nothing more that I can do? Unfortunately, it seems like there's no more jobs that I can help with. The baking is all up to Ichika, and I'll say it would only hurt for an amateur like me to try to butt in on that. Yo, you want this handout or not? What's with you? You're even spacier than usual today. He just got his girlfriend on his mind. I'm really just wondering why I joined the creators field. Pretty late for that, but if you got trouble, you might as well change fields. That's one of the school's proudest selling points after all. I bet he just wants to go into the baking department so he can be with Ichika. Make your choice, friendship or lust. You totally pick your girlfriend over your friends, aren't you? I'm sorry, Pushiroshi, but I've never really thought of you as a friend. Yo, hold up, man. Not cool. You're not gonna make me even sadder than you. Nah, you can't just lay that on my door. You're already there, my man. Yeah, I see how it is. You're the kind of guy who throws his life plans out the window because of his girlfriend's influence. Damn right I am. I never really thought about it before, but apparently, I'm not the kind of guy to just go on his own. Instead, if anything, I'm the kind of guy to devote his life to helping someone else. As for who exactly that someone is, well, I would choose Ichika, yeah. Man, stop your weird murmurings and blushing. It's grossing me out. Okay, I'm in. I'll follow in Ichika's footsteps and become a baker along with you. You can try, Pushiroshi, but I don't think you'll make it at this point. I've learned that independent bakers, like even the ones who own their own bakeries, rarely succeed. You should definitely not do that. Bakers have to pay huge upfront costs. I'm not sure you can even afford to open. Worry not. I have the perfect plan. I'll sell my body. Then just do that for a living. Oh, classes are already over, huh? What should we do next? You two are free? Come over to karaoke with me. Oh, I'd rather play some pool. I'll pass. I'm off to go see Ichika. I stand up, bag in hand. Ever since you bagged the girlfriend, you never hang out with us. Chill, man. As soon as you get a girl, you'll be doing the same anyway. I swear that I won't. After leaving class, I head to the kitchen. It's pretty much a daily thing for me now to head there after school. If she wasn't so busy with the farewell party, we would be able to make out more. Shame. Shame. Yo, Ichika. Just here to check up on you.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm in here every day.
Hey, whoa, what's the matter? It looks like someone took the wind out of your sails. Ichika has pulled out a chair in the corner of the kitchen, and now she just vacantly stares at her phone. A stark contrast from yesterday, when she was excitedly making and testing out new bread.
Koyomiya and Kagekyuchi said they can't come to the farewell party.
Are those the two girls from before? What happened?
I don't know. They won't tell me why. But I'm sure it's my fault somehow.
Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, it's because I'm so stupidly overeager about it. The party is all about saying goodbye to our teacher, but I'm just overzealous. So I think I put them off.
It's because show a rare, weak spirit side. As well, there's clearly difference in passing between her and the two girls. But I can't ignore they'll be put off so suddenly by that, of all things. I mean, they're still definitely Miss Ufumi's fans. How's the bread going?
No matter what I do, it doesn't work. I was able to at least figure out that it needed tapioca flour. But the contrast failures are really getting me down.
I see. Well, I'd say it's time for a break. Sometimes things are tough even when you're giving it your all. Yes?
I need a restart. Use your boyfriend powers.
You're battery powered? Okay, if you insist, I'll call to you as much as you want.
Today's the opposite of the usual, isn't it?
In the otherwise empty kitchen, we cuddle and forget about the world for a while. It's strange how, when Ichia's so physically close to me, her emotions almost seem to transfer to me. She must have really be down in the dumps because of the two girls dropping out. Who are those two? Kiki Miyu and Kaki Yuchi, right?
Yeah.
Don't hold it against them, okay? We don't need to fret over why they can't make it. Besides, Ichika, you have me.
Looking at you, plainly trying to carry flavor your girlfriend is sad.
It's true, though.
Yeah, I love you.
Ichika squeezes me even harder.
longer. When I feel better, I want to get back to baking.
Awesome. I'm cheering you on. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Nah, I'll be fine now. Oh, actually, I might want a little kiss.
He just stares right at me.
Thank you. I feel better now. Now, I'm going to use every minute I have today working on this.
Nice. I'll be hanging around here with you all day. My boyfriend Power's infused. Must have worked because Ichika returned to the table with a smile on her face. As I watch her from behind, I decide to put the day's plan in my phone. Surely she's not going to say she isn't going home tonight, right? At the grocery store downtown, I buy a slightly expensive pre-made meal. The farewell party is in 2 days from now, so Ichika must be toiling away in the kitchen. She told everyone at the dorm she's that good, but I can't really just leave her alone there. Oh, so that's good, sorry. After 9, I'll drag you back to the dorm. The school would lock us out after 10 anyways. At that point, even Ichika will be forced to give up. After stocking up on teas at the store, I head back to the cooking room where Ichika is. Ichika, I bought us dinner. Wanna eat? Wait. Is it already lights out time?
No, not yet. But I think I'm going home for the day.
On the table, I see clear signs of a mess that she tried to clean up. Ichika must have been trying desperately. Covered in flour, she looks incredibly hurt. Here, I bought you some tea. Careful, it's hot. How's it hot in a can? I don't get it. It's in a can. How's it hot? Like, do they just sell it hot? Like, here's a hot metal. Put it in your hand. Fucking burn your skin off.
Oh, thanks.
Another rough day, huh?
Yeah, it sucks. I really thought I could do it too. But when you do nothing but fail, it starts to make you feel so powerless after a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It really does, though. But you just have to go take a break. Like, go do whatever. Watch like a 10-minute video. Like, back away for like 10-20 minutes, right? Watch a 10-minute video. Go take a shit. Go eat something. Hell, if you're that desperate, go masturbate. Anything to get your mind off of it for a bit. Then you come back, feel stronger than ever. Then just do it, man. Just fucking do it.
It's weird, right? I'm the only one getting ridiculous overzealous about it, trying hard to accomplish nothing. I can see why Kiyomiya and Kakiyuchi decided not to come.
Indeed, Ichika has been very different from her usual self the past few days. Leaving aside the two who dropped out, she must have a personal reason for getting it so into it. But I find it difficult to just ask her what it is right now. Want to go on home for now? I'm more worried about you than Mr. Fumi right now.
Sorry. I'm really, really sorry. These last 2 weeks have been a real shock to me. Mr. Fumi has always had my back all my life. And now, since I've been leaving the school and opening a bakery in a different country, I just can't get my feelings straight. I think maybe I should have been overworking myself to hide from how sad I am about it.
As tears well up in Ichika's eyes, I pull her into a hug. What matters to you and how much it matters varies from person to person. I can't claim to understand all of Ichika's complex feelings right now. But all that matters is that she already told me how much pain she's in. It'll be okay. I'll never leave you, Ichika.
Okay.
Now look, we'll have to send our teacher off. We need to do that with a smile, right? This is all the consolation I can give it right now. Did that Beth help you calm down at all?
Yeah, sorry for losing my cool.
When we get back to the dorm, everyone was surprised to see Ichika's eyes swollen from crying. In the evening, we all ate the meal I bought at the grocery store. Then Ichika took a bath, and here we are now.
You know, things are great between my parents and me. It's not that we don't love each other, but they have been very stern for as long as I can remember. No matter what I do, it's like they always shoot me down right away.
I could see it.
Basically, they still treat me like a child.
True. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of people out there like that, unfortunately. I happen to know a few. I had to deal with plenty of teachers like that in elementary and middle school. I even remember talking about the same thing with Akira once, a long time ago.
So whenever I put my all into something, I start to worry for a while, wondering if I'm wasting my efforts.
Damn it, Ichika! Your words are fucking true! It kind of pertains to me a little bit. It's whenever I read these visual novels, right? It hits me. In my heart. It pertains to me somewhat a little bit, you know?
It's especially disheartening with someone older. It's especially disheartening when it's for someone older too. So for a long time, I tried to escape that feeling by doing nothing but study. My parents never complained if I was studying. As long as I did what they said, there was no conflict. In fact, they actually started to praise me for my efforts. And then I started thinking oh, if I only listened to them from the start. I really believed that. But that's when I met Mr. Fumi. When someone accepts you completely, when they praise you for trying new things. Well, this is obvious, but it makes you feel a lot better.
Ichika. That was what really started it all then. In short, Mr. Fumi was the first person to really accept Ichika. Her parents never acknowledged her independence, but Mr. Fumi really listened to the voice of her heart. I didn't really put it together, but they really are like mother and daughter. Pendejo. I get it. That's what's making me so sad that you two have to part, huh?
Yeah. And it's not like me to just complain and whine, right? So I just can't give up that soft, sticky boy yet. I'm gonna try a little more.
Ichika then pulls out a recipe and dons a serious expression once more. I can feel that passion for baking inside of her, but I think times like this sometimes calls for taking a step back. Taking a step back. Maybe trying to get a new angle on the problem. Actually, I've been reading Mr. Fumi's blog from all the way in the very past. She occasionally posted about bread recipes and the like. Remember how you mentioned tapioca flour? Doesn't it seem like it seems kind of lacking in fiber compared to similar flours?
Where are you going with this?
If it has nothing to do with it, forget I said anything. But isn't tapioca flour...
Oh! Cassava... Cassandra...
What is that word? Cassava.
Cassava flour!
Right! Tapioca flour is finer grind of cassava flour, right? Every time Mr. Fumi went to Thailand, she would use cassava flour to try baking new types of bread. The process of making tapioca for cassava flour results in it losing a fair amount of fiber. Although that said, obviously, I know next to nothing about the flour itself. But I haven't heard Ichika mention cassava flour even once throughout all of this.
Wow, let me look at that.
Sure. Ichika pounces on my phone and stares down at the entry in Mr. Fumi's blog.
Thank you. This is it. It's a
First of all, don't even come at me right now. Say it's called tortilla? No, tortilla. It's fucking Mexican. That's tortilla. Tortilla. You know, you put on tacos and everything. It's made from corn flour. No, wait. Like, yeah, masa, right? That's basically corn.
Why didn't I ever think of this?
Good that you figured it out. Do I get credit for an assist on the winning hoop today?
Absolutely. You're the MVP.
Ichika clings to me with all of her strength. I don't really feel it myself, but it looks like we reached the end of the bread dilemma. From here on, Ichika and I won't let up working until the day of the party. Dun, 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 dun. 2 days passed. We reserved the school cafeteria and put Ichika's planned party in motion. As an after-school effort, I tried to persuade everyone I could in hopes of getting even a few more people to come. I went as far as looking for people who were barely acquainted with Miss Ifumi, and even the other girls in our dorm. Before I knew it, more people than we could have expected ended up coming. Even the two Ichika was most worried about popped in, letting me breathe a sigh of relief. Looks like Ichika's overzealousness lit a fire in them too.
I was just frustrated. Like, you get to make this bread that holds memories for you and Miss Ifumi. It was like soft and sticky bouillon, right? Seriously, we might as well make her own bread.
So, you went off baking bread elsewhere today.
Yep, on that note, here, you can have some too. It's my specially made raisin bread with chestnuts mixed in. I can give you some of mine so you can eat it later too. It's orange fumats made with natural yeast.
Drool.
It looks absolutely amazing. I would like to buy every last ounce of that orange fumats. Name your price. I love raisin bread. Lucky.
This is a lot of pressure. While we're messing around in the corner, the time comes for the gifting of the bouquet. One after another, staff members who were on good terms with Miss Ifumi gave her a bouquet that I ordered in advance.
Makes sure things go well if you're happy and in France. We'll have to see. Back when we had our bakery here, we used to fight a lot. Don't be surprised if you see us going bankrupt and coming back to Japan in under 6 months. Don't jinx yourself now. If Ichika heard that, she'll be furious. Actually, I heard all of it. Eep.
After Kaoru, Ichika Pop brings in a bouquet. Oh shit, I was supposed to go with her.
So, Miss Ifumi, even when you're in France, I appreciate an occasional call. I'll always be wishing the best for you. One day, I'll be a proper baker and make my own bakery succeed. I want to keep on keeping on.
I want to keep on
keeping on until someday I can proudly call myself your best apprentice. And then, don't worry. You're a perfectionist, Ichika, and you have a firm passion for baking. There are plenty of research jobs out there in the world of bread. I think you should be proud if you were to make it there too. And working hard is nice and all, but don't forget to spend time with him, okay?
You can say that again. These past 2 weeks, she hasn't spoiled me in the slightest.
Jeez, stop! This isn't time for jokes.
Ichika finally hands the bouquet over to Miss Ifumi in an attempt to hide her embarrassment. Along with, of course, the bread she worked so hard the last 2 weeks to bake. Who's following me on Twitter? Oh, okay, cool.
Miss Ifumi, here. was neglecting my boyfriend.
Figuring out the secret to baking that bread was way too hard. I had to read your blog from top to bottom to just figure it out.
I'm honestly shocked you did so well. Would you mind if I take a bite now? Sure, go ahead.
Shifumi breaks off a chunk of the bouillon and pops it in her mouth. This is weirdly nerve-wracking. I'm not even the one who made it. Just bizarre.
What's the ratio? 80 parts specialized flour, 20 kava flour, 0.3 malt, and 0.1 dry yeast. The water hardness is around 1,465 to 1,475 milligrams per liter. At first, I used wheat and tapioca flour, but that was a no-go. It was a good bread, but it didn't have the distinct flavor when you actually bit into it. There is a different kind of casa flour too, but I'm only using Thai. You passed! That was perfect! I would never have imagined that you would make this bread for me, now of all times. Thank you. My goodness, I feel I'm about to cry. Yes, yeah, I am too. Keep on making delicious bread in France. I won't give up on my dream either. I'll keep going and working hard.
In spite of herself, Ichika hugs Misufumi. She loves her, as both a mentor and a mother figure. And Misufumi clearly thinks of Ichika as almost real family, like a sister or even a daughter. Applause spread throughout the venue, and I follow up Ichika's gift with my own bouquet.
The master and her apprentice baker. It's just like a tennis player relationship with her coach.
Why is hair crying? With that, Misufumi farewell party comes to an end. Today, Ichika follows her master around all day. But as I'm watching them, I feel a sense of peace settling over my heart. Is it over yet? It's not. I'm glad the party went well.
Me too. And thank you. We owe it to everyone who... No, we owe it to you. My wonderful helper of a boyfriend.
After dinner, Ichika and I finally went home and got a breather. Looking up at the night sky, we reminisced together. She left on the last plane today, right?
Yep. She called me just before she got to the airport.
I see. You must be feeling lonely, in spite of the time you had to prepare.
Well, the thing is, I'm actually not all that lonely right now. It's more like relief, in a way. Does it make me feel selfish how I always sad and overzealous on my own terms?
Your on and off switch must be broken. But once you're on, you're just incredible. I bet that's what Misufumi likes so much about you.
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment.
The cool wind blows from the base of the mountain, caresses our cheeks. Starting tomorrow, we'll have a new teacher. But even without Misufumi, I'm sure Ichika will just continue getting better. To tell the truth, seeing them hug each other today made me a little jealous. They share a beautiful bond, and a very different one from mine with Ichika. I'll never be Ichika's teacher, but as a man, I hope that I can support her just as much. No, I want to support her as more than that. Calling it jealousy is probably oversimplifying it, but I think it serves as a good source of motivation for me. Hey, Ichika.
Yes? You startled me. What's got into you?
This is your punishment for cheating on me with our teacher before my very eyes.
What? We weren't doing anything like that.
Didn't you know? I got one hell of a jealous streak.
You do? But I mean, we really weren't.
I'm glad you're back to your usual chipper self. You know, I'm still absolute amateur when it comes to baking. To be honest, all that time being totally unable to help you made me painfully aware of my weaknesses. Seeing you work so hard that really got me thinking. if I'm seriously going to keep on being with you from now on, I'm going to study so hard that I can be an equal to both you and Miss Ufumi. And then,
Yeah?
one day, if you accept me as a fellow artisan, only then will I be able to propose to you with my head held high. I don't want to just be an extra, saying I'll support Ichika, but doing nothing but clinging to her and hold her back. While she works hard, I will diligently study. Every trouble or worry that she faces, I want to share. That's the ideal image of our partnership that I finally came to me today.
Thank you so much for always trying your best for me. I love baking, and I love Miss Ufumi too. But don't get any weird ideas or feel lonely, okay? Because the most important thing to me of all is you. I appreciate your desire to support me, but I really just want us to be happy together, now and forever. And though baking is important to me, I'll treasure our time together even more. I guess I'm greedy. So from now on, I just want you to stay with me.
Of course, I promise I will. I love you, Ichika.
Good, because I love you too.
Summer winds down, and soon the rainy season arrives. We savor all aspects of our lives, our busy times in school, our goofing around in the dorm, and our private time together. And we both come to that realization, in a way, today is truly the first day of our new relationship together. And boom! That's it. That's how it ends. Credits roll. End of the video.
But yeah, what about the epilogue?
Shit! Fuck. I hit my head so hard that I froze for a second. Alright, let's go. Epilogue. Come right on in.
The begins our first bake. Try one out.
Years have passed since then, and Ichika and I pulled together our savings to open a little bakery.
I knew love from yesterday is off to a great start.
Oh yeah, that Danish thing, right? Is it selling that well?
Jeez, it's a quick and soft butter-scented Danish loaf. You're my husband, so get it right.
Just call it the Danish thingy. That's way too long to remember.
I think it's cute. Like you're in a restaurant. Repeat after me. Quick and soft butter-scented Danish loaf.
Quick and soft butter Danish loaf.
Too complicated for you to handle, I guess.
Hold up, that's just mean. Our location leaves somewhat to be desired, but we've been getting a steady stream of customers since opening. And over time, we've been getting some regulars.
Hello and welcome!
Ichika's bread, the very same that stole my heart back in school. Ever since we got married, Ichika has been taste testing new recipes just about every day. We're a team of sorts. And of course, you know it's delicious.
Why don't we try making a little dining space sometime soon? Someone buys a roll or two, and then they can have a see and eat in here, rather than leaving right away.
Oh, like a fast casual sort of thing. I'm into it.
If we do that, we'll have to think about beverages.
Oh, sounds like my time to shine. Alright, you'll be the chief for baking, and I'll be the chief for drinks.
Are you sure?
Why are you looking at me like that? I've been eating your food for years. I know exactly what drinks will go with it.
If you say so. Maybe I'll let you do it.
Hell yeah! Division of labor is important. What's with that knowing laugh?
You're always working so hard on your own. You don't have to worry so much, okay? Remember that croissant dough you made the other day? It was really well done. Look at you, climbing up again. You get wrapped up in your pride at the weirdest times.
That's Ichika for you. Always with the incredible butt.
Now trying to change the subject there, sea boy.
I I suspect part of our explanation for our repeated customers is our adorable clerk and her wide range of expressions.
Hey, it's almost time for the lunch rush. Let's get ready for it now.
Oh, right. I have no idea why, but when I smell Ichika's bread baking, a big smile spreads over my face. No, I do know why. It must be because I'm still not used to happy times like this.
What's with that skeevy grin? You're gonna scare away our customers.
Ichika.
Yes?
Well, you know what? I'll think of a name for your next new bread.
No thanks.
Why not?
Our original menu. Built completely from scratch. It's like my baby. It's like my baby.
Dude, my throat is like hurting the fuck out of me. We've been doing this for like an hour. It's 6 a.m. now.
I want to take care of every last detail.
I was gonna give it a short and sweet name too.
Well, no way, buddy. Oh, someone's at the register. Hurry and get their bail.
Whoops, sorry. Yeah, sorry for the wait. Every day is gentle and rich with love, like the scent of a good fresh butter. My wife is sweet, steadfast, and reliable. I used to always be looking for something new and exciting to happen, but now I've learned to take joy in consistency too. Thank you very much.
We'll look forward to your next visit.
I've never been the type to pray, but I silently tender up my wish. May these days last forever. Aw, that was sweet. That was really sweet. I should just end it there, but I want to give you my thoughts on like the whole route and everything. Cause wow, man, it was so good. I loved it at least. I like the story and everything. But like, what would I give the game overall? Dude, it's like, still, the game is still like a, what did I say before? Like a 9 out of 10, right? Or 8 out of 10. I want to get it an 8.5 out of 10 because I'm still not done. There's so many routes. We have these two, Hare and Mau Mau, and you know, it could suck. Like the next route could be completely terrible. But for now, like everything is just so good. Fuck. Like I like Kaname, but I think I like Ichika's route more. Her personality, her relationship with Miss Hifumi, her passion about baking, everything. It was just so good. What did Kaname have? The only conflict was her mom, right? And that's about it. It's like that was good and all, but her like Ichika had heart to her story, and I'm like, ah. So like sorry Kaname, I like how you look and I like how you act sometimes, but Ichika's gotta be at number 1, Kaname at number 2. Like sorry, that's how it is. Next, we're gonna do the hair route. Am I gonna record later today? Yeah, like later. I think before stream I'll record, but I'm gonna go get some sleep, wake up, then edit this video. No, edit it now and not release it, but like have it scheduled to be released at 3 because I'm gonna forget. I know myself well. Alrighty. Well, I'll see y'all mañana. Wait. No, Sunday. Sunday is the start of the hair route. Alrighty, I'll see you then. If you like today's video, hit the like button, subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and leave a comment. This is Gat saying farewell, and as always,